Hello, welcome to my channel Christian Faith and Fiction. My name's Lou. We're going to be looking at my reading goals and some other goals that I had for 2022. Did I meet them? Did I not? And then I'm going to look at some of my goals for 2023, particularly my reading goals. Apologies if my voice gets a bit croaky. I've had the Christmas lurgy that seems to be going around at least half of the UK at the moment, and I've still got sinus problems, so hopefully I won't cough and sneeze too much through this. Yes, I've already sneezed and coughed several times before starting, so this will be interesting. The joys of winter. Right, let's have a look at some of my goals from last year. Stick the glasses on. So goal number 1 for last year was to read through the NIV Bible, and I did this. I had the audiobook read by David Suchet, and that was really great. I did make quite a good habit of listening to it first thing in the morning as I'm sort of surfacing and before I sort of get up out of bed. So I managed to get through that one. My next goal for 2022 was to reduce my hard copy TBR by half to 22 books. So paperbacks and hardback books. I counted up just before and I've got 40 books. So I think I have read quite a few of them, but I've also been buying, excuse me. I've also been buying books as well. So I haven't really reduced hugely, so that is going to be part of my goals for this coming year. Then I wanted to read 3 new to me authors, and I counted them up and I've read at least 12, so I did pretty good on that goal. Branching out and reading several different new authors, so I want to continue reading new authors. I don't know if I'm going to set myself a goal for that one. I wanted to read 2 classics. I actually read 5. Most of them, quite a few of them were children's classics. I got these classic editions behind me, which are really beautiful ones, and I need to read some more of those this year. I wanted to read more slowly, so I have achieved that one because I put my audiobook speed reading down to 1.3 speed instead of 2.0 speed, and that has helped me to enjoy the books more and just get into them more, rather than just trying to read more books and pace through them as quickly as possible. Some books I've still gone speeded up or speeded up for part of it if I got a bit bored, but mostly I've been listening on a slower speed. And then I wanted to read 40 books, and let's have a look at Goodreads to see how many I have listed on there. So Goodreads says that I've read 67 books of 40 books, so that was pretty good. Even though I was reading more slowly, I didn't cut down by too many from the previous year. I can't remember how many exactly. So in 2021 it says I read 71 books, and in 2020 I read 46 books. So not quite as many as last year when I was trying to speed read through, but more than previous years before that. Looking at my stats for the year, and I know this might be not interesting to you, it is kind of interesting to me though. I had 2 DNFs, I had 1 2-star book, I had 7 3-star books, 24 4-star books and 33 5-star books. So I think I have done pretty well at picking books that I'm going to love. They might not be, other people might not rate them exactly the same as me, but I'm obviously picking books for myself that I have turned out to love. So I'm pleased with that. And then breakdown of that is I read 30 Christian fiction, 4 Christian non-fiction and 26 mainstream books. 14, let's see if I can do this in order. I didn't read any biblical fiction this year, which is surprising. 2 sci-fi, 5 fantasy, 6 mystery and suspense books, 8 historical fiction and 14 contemporary romance. So actually contemporary romance was the highest genre that I read this year. Probably a lot of those came in Christmas as well. I go through spells of reading like a whole load of contemporary romance, and then I like burn out for it and I have to take a break. But yeah, I am a multi-genre reader, a bit of everything. Let me know down in the comments how your reading year went in 2022. It's interesting to see. I am getting to a better place where I'm not being competitive with other people. So yeah, do let me know how many books you read and how many good books you read. As for my other goals in 2022, I wanted to increase the output on my commentary that I'm writing online, and I kind of did so. But I changed from writing like commentary pages to writing a bit more Bible study questions instead. So I will link that blog website down in the description for you. It's called The Bible Community, and there are free Bible study what do you call them, magazine style sort of worksheets there for you. I'm working my way through Matthew at the moment, so there are several chapters of that there for you if you're interested in that. My channel goals for 2022 were firstly to learn to use my new camera, which I think I've done mostly. Occasionally it does, like, it plays havoc with me with like the focus. It's sort of, it goes in and out, and I miss it, and occasionally I miss the microphone. And that's really annoying because if I film something and then there's no sound, and then you have to film it all over again, especially if I've got like a croaky voice. Not funny. Health goals that I had were keep going with my stretching. I have done that, and I managed to finally get booked in with a physio, so I am on the physiotherapy sort of I don't know. I'm with a physiotherapist now, and so I've got some different exercises to do. And keep walking every day. I have managed to do that most days, except for the days when I'm really ill. And I do notice it if I don't manage to just go even for a 5-minute walk. And then the last one, and that one was worry less and give it to God more quickly. I've made progress with that. I think I need to keep going with that goal, but I have managed to make some progress, even if it's just small progress. My spiritual goals were to try and memorize scripture. I started off doing this very well, but fell away during the year, so I ended the year not doing so well with that. And the same with the second goal, spend time relaxing to worship music. I started off the year doing that well, and somehow that's just sort of got faded out. And then thirdly, pray for world news and events. I do that sporadically in and out, but my prayer time is one of the things I would like to overhaul when in the new year. So that will be a goal for me for 2023, to just relearn, jig around the way that I'm doing prayer, because I just got a bit bored and I need something different to do. I'm not one of those people who could just sort of sit there and keep praying for ages. I need something to do whilst I'm doing it, and I need something to focus on and have a bit more structure. So that is my goal, to try to learn a bit more how to pray and find a way that works for me, because Bible study for me is usually okay as long as my brain's functioning okay, but prayer I do get, I haven't got there yet. I've tried things in the past that I have been doing, and I've just got a bit stale with that. So let's try something new in the new year. Right, for goals for 2023, I'm going to set myself quite a low target again for my reading number of books, just because I like making targets. I like being able to achieve them and then overachieve. Since I'm the one setting the goal, why not set it small? So I'm going to set the target of 36 books in the year, and that means I think if I've not done the maths correctly, that's 3 a month. I will probably meet that one quite easily, but I like like to have it checked off earlier in the year. It's just nice. The biggest goal for me is going to be to read the books on my shelf. So this is most of these books. The front ones are books that I haven't read, and then some of the ones at the back there. These are the books that I want to prioritise reading this year, and so I've set myself a book buying ban in terms of hard copies of books, so hardbacks, paperbacks. I'm not going to buy any more physical copies of books, and I'm saying this on here, so I'm going to have to stick to it for 6 months, so the end of June, or until I have read all of the books that I own. And I think it's going to come 6 months. It's going to come quicker than I've read the books that I own. This is only applying to the actual physical copies of books, partly because I don't have space for any more books, but also because I don't know what it's like in where you are in the world, but here we're in the middle of a cost of living crisis, and I need to be a good steward of the resources that God has given me. Alongside that, though, I will say I'm going to try and read more NetGalley releases. So free books. These are free ebooks that you get in advance in return. Well, technically in return for a review. So you don't have to review them technically, but it puts your score down and makes you less likely to get picked to be given a book in the future if you don't review them. So I'm going to try and pick maybe one a month of those new releases to try to read. I'm not going to do more than that, I don't think, because I find it really pressurised reading to time, to like a time scale, and reading for a review is a little bit more stressful than just reading for fun, but it is free. So there's that. I also already have like an annual audiobook subscription, so I will most probably use that for some of the other books that I want to read, new releases, books that I don't already own, and books for book club if possible. And failing that, then I'll be looking at buying ebooks. I usually only buy ebooks when they are reduced to like £1. But if a book club book comes up that I don't own, then I might get it on ebook rather than in paperback or hardback, just so that I don't end up with more books on my shelf. My next goal is a personal one to do with reading, and that's not to compare myself to other readers. I do this a lot. I think it's quite difficult if you're part of the reading community on social media or on here on BookTube. It's hard not to compare yourself to other people and to the amount of books that they are able to read. I just can't read lots and lots of books. I want to really stop comparing myself to other people, because it just makes you feel uncomfortable, and it makes you feel jealous, or it makes you feel insecure, and that's not helpful to anybody, and it's certainly not helpful to me. So I would like to do that. Then another 3 goals in the reading section. I've got finish 4 series I'd like to do. I've got some series that are sort of opened and I need to close them and finish them. Read 3 new to me authors. As I said, I did quite well with that last year, and I'd like to continue. And then read 3 classics. I've actually got more than that on the shelf in the unread books, so it would be good to be able to read them. In terms of this YouTube channel, I would like to publish 4 videos a month. That's depending on my health and circumstances. I would like to make 1 informational video a month, which is like new book releases, 1 spiritual one. This might be it. This is kind of a new thing for me. I have tried doing it in the past and haven't kept it up, but I want to do that this year, is to do a Bible study or a character study of a Bible character. And then 1 personal video, which will be like my personal TBR or book reviews. And then 1 just for fun, so like a tag video or a recommendations video, something like that. So I think as my voice is going under a little bit at the moment, I'm going to finish up there with those goals. But let me know what your reading goals are, or any of your personal goals are, that you'd like to share publicly. Let me know them down in the comments. I hope that you're having a really great first week of the new year. And until next time, God bless. Bye.